Day 252. 2 Corinthians 11. 1 But please be patient with me a little, while I speak foolishly, even if you are impatient with me. 2 For I am jealous over you with the jealousy of Jehovah, for I have betrothed you as a pure virgin to one man, to present to the Messiah. 3 But I fear lest, as the serpent deceived Eve by his craftiness, that your minds may also in this way be corrupted from the simplicity that is in the Messiah. 4 For if he who comes to you would preach another Yeshua to you, whom we have not preached to you, or you should receive another spirit which you have not received, or another gospel which you have not received, you may well be persuaded. 5 For I think that I have not come short in anything compared to those apostles who greatly excel. 6 For although I am simple in my speech, yet I am not in my knowledge, but we have been open with you in all things. 7 Or have I committed a crime to humble myself that you may be exalted, and to preach the gospel of Jehovah to you without charge? 8 And I robbed other assemblies and took expenses for your service. 9 And when I came among you and had need, I was not a burden to any one of you, for the brethren who came from Macedonia satisfied my want, and in everything I kept myself and shall keep, lest I be a burden to you. 10 The truth of the Messiah is in me so that this boasting shall not fail me in the region of Achaia. 11 Why? Because I do not love you. Jehovah knows. 12 But this that I do, I also shall do to cut off the accusations of those who seek a pretext, so in that by which they brag, they will be found like us. 13 For these are false apostles and treacherous workers, and they liken themselves to the apostles of the Messiah. 14 And not to wonder at this, for if he who is Satan resembles an angel of light. 15 It is not a great matter if also his ministers imitate ministers of righteousness, those whose end will be like their works. 16 But again, I say, no man should think of me as if I am a fool, otherwise, even as a fool receive me, so that I may brag a little. 17 Everything that I speak, it is not by our Elohim that I speak, but is in folly on this occasion of boasting. 18 Because many boast in the flesh, I also shall brag. 19 Are you of those who are listening to the stupid, while you are wise? 20 And do you submit to the one who is subject to you, and to him who embezzles you, and to him who takes from you, and to him who exalts himself over you, and to him who strikes you on your face? 21 I speak as one in dishonor, as if we are poor through stupidity. I say that in all things that a man presumes, I also presume. 22 If they are Hebrews, I am also; if they are Israelites, I am also; if they are the seed of Abraham, I am also. 23 If they are ministers of the Messiah, in stupidity I say that I am greater than they, in more toil than they, with more wounds than they, in chains more than they, in death many times. 24 And I have been whipped by the Judeans 5 times with 40 stripes minus 1. 25 3 times I have been scourged with rods, 1 time I was stoned, 3 times I have been shipwrecked, a day and a night I have been in the sea without a ship. 26 On many journeys, in dangers of rivers, in dangers of robbers, in dangers from my kindred, in dangers from the Gentiles, in dangers in the city, in dangers in the desert, in dangers in the sea, in dangers by false brethren. 27 In toil and in fatigue, in many vigils, in hunger and in thirst, in many fasts, in cold and in nakedness. 28 Aside from much more, the crowds who are with me every day, and my care which I have in my person for all the churches. 29 Who is suffering, and I do not suffer? Who has been subverted and I do not burn? 30 If it is fitting to boast, I shall boast in my sufferings. 31 Jehovah the Father of our Elohim Yeshua the Messiah, blessed to the eternity of eternities, knows that I do not lie. 32 In Dramsuk, the captain of the army of Aretas, the king, was guarding the city of the Damascenes to seize me. 33 And from a window in a basket they lowered me from a wall, and I escaped from their hands. Numbers 18. 1 And Elohim spoke to Aaron, saying, Thou and thy sons and thy father's house shall bear the sins of the holy things, and thou and thy sons shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. 2 And take to thyself thy brethren the tribe of Levi, the family of thy father, and let them be joined to thee, and let them minister to thee, and thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. 3 And they shall keep thy charges, and the charges of the tabernacle, only they shall not approach the holy vessels and the altar, so both they and you shall not die. 4 And they shall be joined to thee, and shall keep the charges of the tabernacle of witness, in all the services of the tabernacle, and a stranger shall not approach to thee. 5 And ye shall keep the charges of the holy things, and the charges of the altar, and so there shall not be anger among the children of Israel. 6 And I have taken your brethren the Levites out of the midst of the children of Israel, a present given to Elohim, to minister in the services of the tabernacle of witness. 7 And thou and thy sons after thee shall keep up your priestly ministration, according to the whole manner of the altar, and that which is within the veil, and ye shall minister in the services as the office of your priesthood, and the stranger that comes near shall die. 8 And Elohim said to Aaron, And, behold, I have given you the charge of the first fruits of all things consecrated to me by the children of Israel, and I have given them to thee as an honor, and to thy sons after thee for a perpetual ordinance. 9 And let this be to you from all the holy things that are consecrated to me, even the burnt offerings, from all their gifts, and from all their sacrifices, and from every trespass offering of theirs, and from all their sin offerings, whatever things they give to me of all their holy things, they shall be thine and thy sons. 10 In the most holy place shall ye eat them, every male shall eat them, thou and thy sons, they shall be holy to thee. 11 And this shall be to you of the first fruits of their gifts, of all the wave offerings of the children of Israel, to thee have I given them and to thy sons and thy daughters with thee, a perpetual ordinance, every clean person in thy house shall eat them. 12 Every first offering of oil, and every first offering of wine, their first fruits of corn, whatsoever they may give to Elohim, to thee have I given them. 13 All the first fruits that are in their land, whatsoever they shall offer to Elohim, shall be thine, every clean person in thy house shall eat them. 14 Every devoted thing among the children of Israel shall be thine. 15 And everything that opens the womb of all flesh, whatsoever they bring to Elohim, whether man or beast, shall be thine, only the firstborn of men shall be surely redeemed, and thou shalt redeem the firstborn of unclean cattle. 16 And the redemption of them shall be from a month old, their valuation of 5 shekels, it is 20 oboli according to the holy shekel. 17 But thou shalt not redeem the firstborn of calves and the firstborn of sheep and the firstborn of goats, they are holy, and thou shalt pour their blood upon the altar, and thou shalt offer the fat as a burnt offering for a smell of sweet savor to Elohim. 18 And the flesh shall be thine, as also the breast of the wave offering and as the right shoulder, it shall be thine. 19 Every special offering of the holy things, whatsoever the children of Israel shall specially offer to Elohim, I have given to thee and to thy sons and to thy daughters with thee, a perpetual ordinance, it is a covenant of salt forever before Elohim, for thee and thy seed after thee. 20 And Elohim said to Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any portion among them, for I am thy portion and thine inheritance in the midst of the children of Israel. 21 And, behold, I have given to the sons of Levi every tithe in Israel for an inheritance for their services, whereinsoever they perform ministry in the tabernacle of witness. 22 And the children of Israel shall no more draw nigh to the tabernacle of witness to incur fatal guilt. 23 And the Levite himself shall perform the service of the tabernacle of witness, and they shall bear their iniquities, it is a perpetual statute throughout their generations, and in the midst of the children of Israel they shall not receive an inheritance. 24 Because I have given as a distinct portion to the Levites for an inheritance the tithes of the children of Israel, whatsoever they shall offer to Elohim, therefore I said to them, in the midst of the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. 25 And Elohim spoke to Moses, saying, 26 Thou shalt also speak to the Levites, and shalt say to them, If ye take the tithe from the children of Israel, which I have given you from them for an inheritance, then shall ye separate from it a heave offering to Elohim, a tenth of the tenth. 27 And your heave offerings shall be reckoned to you as corn from the floor, and an offering from the wine press. 28 So shall ye also separate them from all the offerings of Elohim out of all your tithes, whatsoever ye shall receive from the children of Israel, and ye shall give of them an offering to Elohim to Aaron the priest. 29 Of all your gifts ye shall offer an offering to Elohim, and of every first fruit the consecrated part from it. 30 And thou shalt say to them, When ye shall offer the first fruits from it, then shall it be reckoned to the Levites as produce from the threshing floor, and as produce from the wine press. 31 And ye shall eat it in any place, ye and your families, for this is your reward for your services in the tabernacle of witness. 32 And ye shall not bear sin by reason of it, for ye shall have offered an offering of first fruits from it, and ye shall not profane the holy things of the children of Israel, that ye die not. Jeremiah 27. 2 Thus said Elohim, Make to thyself bonds and yokes, and put them about thy neck. 3 And thou shalt send them to the king of Idumea, and to the king of Moab, and to the king of the children of Ammon, and to the king of Tyre, and to the king of Sidon, by the hands of their messengers that come to meet them at Jerusalem to Sedekias king of Judah. 4 And thou shalt commission them to say to their lords, Thus said Elohim Jehovah of Israel, thus shall ye say to your lords, 5 I have made the earth by my great power, and with my high arm, and I will give it to whomsoever it shall seem good in mine eyes. 6 I gave the earth to Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon to serve him, and the wild beasts of the field to labor for him. 8 And the nation and kingdom, all that shall not put their neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, with sword and famine will I visit them, saith Elohim, until they are consumed by his hand. 9 And hearken ye not to your false prophets, nor to them that divine to you, nor to them that foretell events by dreams to you, nor to your auguries, nor your sorcerers, that say, Ye shall by no means work for the king of Babylon. 10 For they prophesy lies to you, to remove you far from your land. 11 But the nation which shall put its neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, and serve him, I will even leave it upon its land, and it shall serve him, and dwell in it. 12 I spoke also to Zedekias king of Judah according to all these words, saying, Put your neck into the yoke, and serve the king of Babylon. 14 For they prophesy unrighteous words to you. 15 For I sent them not, saith Elohim, and they prophesy in my name unjustly, that I might destroy you, and ye should perish, and your prophets, who unrighteously prophesy lies to you. 16 I spoke to you, and to all this people, and to the priests, saying, Thus said Elohim, Hearken not to the words of the prophets that prophesy to you, saying, Behold, the vessels of Elohim's house shall return from Babylon, for they prophesy to you unrighteous words. 17 I sent them not. 18 If they are prophets, and if the word of Elohim is in them, let them meet me, for thus has Elohim said. 19 And as for the remaining vessels, 20 Which the king of Babylon took not when he carried Jeconias prisoner out of Jerusalem. 22 They shall go into Babylon, saith Elohim. Jeremiah 28. 1 And it came to pass in the 4th year of Zedekias king of Judah, in the 5th month, that Ananias the false prophet, the son of Azor, from Gabon, spoke to me in the house of Elohim, in the sight of the priests and all the people, saying, Thus saith Elohim, I have broken the yoke of the king of Babylon. 3 Yet 2 full years, and I will return into this place the vessels of the house of Elohim, 4 And Jeconias, and the captivity of Judah, for I will break the yoke of the king of Babylon. 5 Then Jeremiah spoke to Ananias in the sight of all the people, and in the sight of the priests that stood in the house of Elohim. 6 And Jeremiah said, May Elohim indeed do thus, may he confirm thy word which thou dost prophesy, to return the vessels of the house of Elohim, and all the captivity, out of Babylon to this place. 7 Nevertheless hear ye the word of Elohim which I speak in your ears, and in the ears of all the people. 8 The prophets that were before me and before you of old, also prophesied over much country, and against great kingdoms, concerning war. 9 As for the prophet that has prophesied for peace, when the word has come to pass, they shall know the prophet whom Elohim has sent them in truth. 10 Then Ananias took the yokes from the neck of Jeremias in the sight of all the people, and broke them to pieces. 11 And Ananias spoke in the presence of all the people, saying, Thus said Elohim, Thus will I break the yoke of the king of Babylon from the necks of all the nations. And Jeremias went his way. 12 And the word of Elohim came to Jeremias, after that Ananias had broken the yokes off his neck, saying, 13 Go and speak to Ananias, saying, Thus saith Elohim, Thou hast broken the yokes of wood, but I will make instead of them yokes of iron. 14 For thus said Elohim, I have put a yoke of iron on the neck of all the nations, that they may serve the king of Babylon. 15 And Jeremiah said to Ananias, Elohim has not sent thee, and thou hast caused this people to trust in unrighteousness. 16 Therefore thus said Elohim, Behold, I will cast thee off from the face of the earth, this year thou shalt die. 17 So he died in the 7th month. Psalms 145. 1 David's Psalm of Praise. I will exalt thee, my Jehovah, my King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. 2 Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. 3 Jehovah is great, and greatly to be praised, and there is no end to his greatness. 4 Generation after generation shall praise thy works, and tell of thy power. 5 And they shall speak of the glorious majesty of thy holiness, and recount thy wonders. 6 And they shall speak of the power of thy terrible acts, and recount thy greatness. 7 They shall utter the memory of the abundance of thy goodness, and shall exult in thy righteousness. 8 Jehovah is compassionate, and merciful, long-suffering, and abundant in mercy. 9 Jehovah is good to those that wait on him, and his compassions are over all his works. 10 Let all thy works, O Jehovah, give thanks to thee, and let thy saints bless thee. 11 They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy dominion. 12 To make known to the sons of men thy power, and the glorious majesty of thy kingdom. 13 Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endures through all generations. Jehovah is faithful in his words, and holy in all his works. 14 Jehovah supports all that are falling, and sets up all that are broken down. 15 The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their food in due season. 16 Thou openest thine hands, and fillest every living thing with pleasure. 17 Jehovah is righteous in all his ways, and holy in all his works. 18 Jehovah is near to all that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. 19 He will perform the desire of them that fear him, and he will hear their supplication, and save them. 20 Jehovah preserves all that love him, but all sinners he will utterly destroy. 21 My mouth shall speak the praise of Jehovah, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever.